What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of our Road to Glory. So starting this one off, I'm just collecting that basic pack that we got for the live event, which we got nothing out of, and we're watching our daily ads as per usual. Now, going into our first fight, we come up against Donald Cerrone, and this was an absolute slugfest. I mean, usually I edit the fights quite a lot and have to sift through quite a bit of boring material, but here I was almost struggling to pick what to leave out because this was just so back and forth. The guy we were playing was a pretty insane striker and obviously had a really highly rated fighter with a lot of moves because he was just firing off combo after combo after combo. We could barely get a punch in above him just throwing hooks, uppercuts, jabs and spinning kicks, as you can see there. This guy was just insane. But we did land a bit of offense of our own with that lead hook left combination, but unfortunately he was just far too strong for us. As you see, he was just laying on the pressure. Anytime we landed a few strikes around, he was just back with combo after combo after combo. We did manage to rock him here though with the suspect head kick and thought we could get back into it. Both of us were just throwing huge strikes, but I gave him half an inch of opening and he would just capitalize, throwing strike after strike. As you see here, lets me back up and then instantly fires away with more combos. Ridiculous. And all of a sudden,
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
So yeah, he finished us with an insane spinning kick to the head. I wanted to move straight into the next fight after that one because it was pretty frustrating to get the loss even if the guy we were fighting was insanely good. In this one we're coming up against Gunnar Nelson, and while this wasn't as fast paced as the other one, it was still pretty action packed stuff. I was having a lot of joy slipping his strikes to the side and throwing shots of my own to his head. But you see here, as I got him rocked, he just instantly took me down to the ground and kept just spamming transitions. This guy didn't seem to be too much of a good fighter on the ground. He was more just relying on his fighter being good at ground fighting because he wasn't blocking any transitions or even waiting before transitioning. He was just spamming that top mount, and I found it really hard to deal with just because of Dan Henderson's bottom game not being that strong. But eventually I did manage to block one of his really predictable transitions and get it back to the feet and try and work some magic from there. And you see here, laying on some combos, hoping to do some damage to him, and we were having joy. He was hitting us with a good few strikes as well though, but it was in the clinch where he really was dominant this fight. You see here, he gets us into the clinch not once but twice in the first round and rocks us. I just had to recover as much as possible for the other round, but I did think I took the first round overall. Just the highlights all really belonged to him. When he was coming out firing in the second round, instantly rocks us and takes us to the ground. He wasted no time, but thankfully I managed to block his transition. As you can see, it was pretty predictable, and get it back to the feet and try to land some offense of my own. You see here, he hit me with some uppercuts though, and it did seem like he was taking a lead in this fight, but I knew I had the better of him on the feet and just had to dig deep. You see there, I landed a nice combo with an uppercut and two overhands. We were trying to get that head kick going, but he was privy to it, blocking almost every single one, but then third time's the charm and we knock him on his ass. Tried to go to the body to help get rid of some of his stamina, as we saw in the last episode. Body shots really hurt us later in the fight, but what was hurting us now was the strikes from the clinch. As you see there, he rocked us for the third time, and there's pretty much all the significant damage done to my head was from him in the clinch. So I knew as long as I kept it on the feet and off the ground, I'd have joy. But you see there, even though he rocked me, I wasn't too worried about his striking on the feet, and he tried the takedown and I stuffed it with no stamina. Tried to land a few shots from backside, but I wasn't getting anywhere, so I went back to the feet. And although this guy was pretty dominant and rocked me a good few times, I wasn't that worried, as I've been saying all throughout this, because I don't know, I really felt I had the better of him on the feet. And you see there, I slip a nice punch and throw an overhand, start going to the leg to hope do some damage there and get him worried about blocking low, and he does. We get a head kick up top, and now we start firing. We get a nice leg kick, but he comes back But he makes an unwise business decision, tries to take us to the ground, and now I knew I was going to keep him backside for a little longer. With no stamina, I tried to rack up some damage of my own to the head from the backside position. He managed to transition, and I didn't want anything to do with the ground after that. Got straight back up and rocked him straight away. He wasn't blocking immediately and took a head kick. And now I knew this was my fight to lose. I just had to keep pressuring him, keep putting on, and you see that we rock him with the straight, hit him with the double jab, and knock him down, and that would be it for this fight. It paid off in the end. I was always confident that we could get that win, and we knock him out in the third round. Really nice to get another win, especially after being knocked out ourselves. We got, I guess, pay it forward a little bit. And now from that fight, we had enough coins to open up a St. Patrick's Day pack, from which we pretty much got nothing aside from a really nice counter punching perk, which will give us +2 speed every time we dodge a strike, which we do quite a lot of, as you've seen with the lead hook to leg kick combo, so that was going to be really handy. Now coming in against the guy using Carlos Condit, and he was a really tricky fighter, and this guy was really good, and was really good at getting out of the way, just backing out of strikes and then moving in. It meant I couldn't land a lot of the leg kicks or head kicks that I usually do, and the only way I was landing strikes was like if I could force him to fight in the pocket like that. So this is really tricky, but you see here we had some nice exchanges, and he manages to rock me with the big overhand as I was moving in. That was one of the biggest things for him playing such a kind of in-out game, was that he was just able to get out of the way and catch me when I tried to push the pace and move in. As you see again there, as I go for the head kick, he hits me. But we respond with some shots of our own, especially trying to chop up that lead leg of his. But he was just really good at managing the distance and made it really hard for me. And you see there he had a really nice overhand that just he used absolutely perfectly. Finishing that first round, he definitely took that one. But with our stamina so low for both of us and us throwing so much, I knew this fight was not going to go the distance, and I wanted to be the one to end it. So I was trying to put on as much pressure as possible, and he saw this and took me down to the ground. And now I didn't think he'd be that good on the ground. I didn't have that much trouble with him at first. But he was dominant, and he started looking for submissions. I managed to get out of one of them and was confident in myself getting back up, but instead I tried to transition a bit more and try and do some damage to him on the ground, but he managed to get me into back sitting, and this was the beginning of the end, as he got me in a rear naked choke, which I was not expecting at all, and as a result my submission defense was just frankly awful. You can see here I get bars to the top pretty much every time, just make the wrong decisions, hold him too long, and let him get me to the last one. And you see here some more awful submission defense, and he finishes the submission and finishes the fight. I was absolutely gutted at this. It felt really bad to end 2 episodes in a row on a submission loss, but there was nothing we could really do. This guy was a really strong fighter, and it's pretty unfortunate that we keep coming up against such well-skilled opponents. But I'm going to end it on that note. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.